paper. I would like to think Delgado going to be the slight favorite, but who knows? You might know people might know Elvis more.
Yeah, I know he done been on a lot of them top ranked cards, so they put they be making they get niggas fights. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man, this card it ain't bad, man. It ain't a bad card at all, man. It's a lot of the heavy hitting prospects and contenders. Um, Arborea, he decent as hell. He punching. Uh, DJ Zamora, he's straight at 130. You hip to him?
Yeah, he a guy to be that had. I ain't gonna lie, he a guy to be that got better gym stories than for what I've seen so far.
What in terms of like just beating up on guys and sparring?
Like I heard of him because of the people he been around. Like it's kind of like a Brian Norman. How we heard of Brian Norman for doing good with Bud. So we tuned in on TV to see the guy, and he didn't really impress me like that. It's the same with Zamora. I heard about him from a lot of top guys that he the truth. That he been in the ring with this guy and that guy. He hold his own. Like I said, he the future and shit like that. So I tuned in, but right now, like I said, not as high on him as like I said the stories I heard so far. But I only seen them fight twice. He only been on top rank for his last 2-3 fights. So he definitely got still got time.
No, yeah, he got a lot of time, man. He 15 fights in, but you're just not getting his name out there. I think the last 2-3 fights was on top rank, baby.
Eddie Young, I think he like 22 or something like that.
Yeah, he a young dude, man. So especially at 130, it's not too deep. You know what I mean? So he could probably
Yeah.
make some noise in a year or two. Give him some time. And then we got Steven Navarro, man. He decent too at 5-0. Young dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
I seen every second of his pro career.
yeah, young dude, man. He decent too, man. I like Steven Navarro.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest things about top rank. They the only top ranked fighters that I could sit here and say like I seen every second of your pro career because niggas be on TV at 0-0.
Yeah,
So even Navarro, I'm high on him. I expect him to be world champion. He fighting at 122, I believe. I mean at 115. My fault. He fighting at 115. Uh, once Bam done with that weight class, I ain't gonna lie. I think he the next man up. Uh, he remind me of Shushu a little bit. He kind of in the pocket, rely off his counter punching. He good when you coming to him when you being aggressive because he get to be in the pocket, keep his high guard, and let all that flashy shit come out. Uh, he young too. He like 20, 21, if that. He might even be younger than that.
yeah, young dude.
Cause he just was in the. I was watching him in the amateurs like a year and a half ago. So he might, like I said, even be even younger than 21. Might be 20 or 19. But I'm definitely high on him for sure. I expect him to be a world champion. I'm probably high on him more than anybody on this card.
Besides like Abdullah or something.
Yeah. Oh damn, I fought Abdullah. My apologies.
It's just nigga second.
Outside of Abdullah, I'm high on him more than anybody on this card in terms of what I think his ceiling is compared to everybody else not named Abdullah on the card.
No, I feel that, man. No, again, I like Navarro. I'm actually gonna try to get an interview with him. He fuck with the page, and our he be liking shit. So I'm gonna try to get an interview with him. But shout out to Navarro, man. I feel like he gonna get that dub. It looks like he got a tough opponent, 14-1-2.
Yeah, that's good. Best record to date. Definitely a step up.
Yeah, that's it. Look like he got
And
to
he
get.
ranked 83. To be honest with you, being ranked 83 not bad to fight somebody at 5-0. Because to be honest, at 5-0, motherfuckers be fighting people ranked. You see that
Not
guy
ranked.
ranked. You see he ranked. You see the first two opponents, he fighting somebody ranked 1,000 something. So, like I said, most people. You see Zamora, he fighting somebody 181. I mean, yeah, 181, and he 15-0. So that tells you that they feel like they can move him just a tad bit faster. So he definitely promising.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So then we got Albert, man, Gonzalez, chop chop. He decent too, man. He another guy that's punching. He got Dana Coolwell. That's the same dude that fought Shoo Shoo on the Netflix card.
Okay.
So I mean,
Is he
we
trained by Robert Garcia?
who Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I'm about to.
I
I believe
believe
he is
so.
too. I'm about to fact check it though, just to be safe.
Yeah. But no, man, he decent too, man. He a good fighter, man. He another guy that's he got some power. Yeah, man, I like Chop Chop. Dana Coolwell, man, he decent too, man. He did okay against Shoo
Yeah,
Shoo.
he trained. That's his trainer.
Gonzalez, I mean
Uh huh.
Garcia. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But remember, Coolwell, he didn't do bad against Shoo Shoo. He went the whole 10 rounds or whatever it was. He did okay boxing. Uh, so I
He
mean,
just was tough. He got dropped twice, but he was tough.
he was tough. Yeah, did get stopped. So I mean,
Like I said, if you that's good though because if you Albert Gonzalez, now you got it. Now you got something you want to do. Kurt Shushu is the best contender that they pushing at top rank. So if you Gonzalez, you want to show top rank that I could do something that the best contender that y'all pushing couldn't do.
yeah,
So you
fact.
could definitely make a statement by getting this guy out of here, and you can make a statement. Like I said, you get him out of here, pull some shit off like under six. You make a statement. Like I said, not only did you get him out of here, but it was easy money. Something Shushu couldn't do.
Right, facts. So yeah, shout out to Chop Chop, man. I fuck with Chop Chop. Then we got your man Jahad Tucker, man. He got a 20-3 guy. Look, Troy Williamson. Um, yeah, man. It looked like another tough opponent, man. He only been in there with tough guys anyway. So I'm expecting the same. What weight is this at? Middleweight.
Yeah, 160, 160. He can't go up again. That shit, he can't. That should be like three weight
I had
classes
to
up.
ask, man. I had to ask
He can't
because
go
I
up
mean,
again. That'd
he
be his
go up
fourth
there and
weight
fight,
class.
man.
That'd be
Yeah,
his fourth weight class. I mean, shit, you never know because I never thought he'd be at 60. I
right.
always
He's
thought
right
I
now.
always thought that he could be at 54 because keep in mind he turned pro at 17. So when somebody turned pro at 17, they a baby. They still growing. So 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna fight for their first title in that weight class. It's probably gonna be the next one. So I did expect him to maybe see him at 54, if not 47, but I definitely didn't expect 60.
Yeah, man. Let's just see who his opponent fought and see if he got some guys. Because obviously, it's almost like a fight every time out there with Jahad, man. But I like Jahad Tucker, man. I do. Say he okay. He fought Ishmael Davis, Josh Kelly. That look like the only noticeable names on there.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, like I said, if you Jahad Tucker, man, you just gotta. He just need a discipline and a game plan and an identity. Like, what's your plan A? That's what I mean by you need an identity. You're supposed to be able to fight in different ways, when the time come. Have a plan B, plan C. But what is your plan A for every time you go out there?
Yeah, man. It seemed like how Jahad be, man. I like Jahad. He got a lot of talent, man, but he trying to scrap, man.
Yeah, and that be the whole thing. It's like you ain't got to, not yet. And he rely off head movement a lot. He remind me of Tevin Farmer in that way, where they rely off head movement a little bit too much. I think he could start catching and shooting a little bit more. I expect him to get the win, but you never know fucking with John Tucker.
He's just he unpredictable, man.
He fucked up my parlay. And you wanna know what's crazy about boxing? Another reason that niggas we gonna start doing a betting show is you don't lose your money when niggas get a draw. I found that out the day he got a draw. I thought my parlay was fucked up. When they get a draw, what's the name? Because technically, when you bet on somebody to win, you saying that uh, the other guy gonna lose. So I guess they in their head like you was wrong, but you wasn't all the way wrong because he didn't win either. Like you bet on him to lose, but he didn't win. So that's a good thing about boxing. You get a draw, Roger. This fair duel. I don't know how they do it on DraftKings, but on fair duel, you get a draw. They just take that out. They'll that your parlay still on.
Yeah. That's straight though. Shit,
That was the
especially in this
best.
boxing shit.
I ain't gonna lie though. I barely got any money because his fight was the money. Remember, that was the fight that it was no underdog. It was 50-50 minus on both sides. So that was the money fight. So that fucked up my joint. I put like $20 up to win like 120. Because that shit was a draw, I got like $50, but they gave me my 25 back and they gave me like $30.
That shit.
Because his fight was the fight. They both was minus.
Yeah,
Nobody was the underdog. It was an even fight. That's how I know he was tripping. Fuck is you fighting an even fight on paper at 12-0? Like, what is your team doing? Like that. What is your team doing? Like, not to go at his team, but like, no person. Not Abdullah Mason. Bro, Abdullah Mason didn't even fight somebody that's an even on the Jones yet. Nobody on this card fought somebody that's an even on the Jones. Richard Torres even a favorite over Guido. That's not even. If you thought that's an even fight, even Delgado the favorite. That's not even even. Even though them fights is the as 50-50 as it get, but on paper it's not. So it's like, how you take a fight? Remember that guy was ranked number 5. He was ranked 5 in the WBA at 154. He fought somebody ranked 5 in the WBA.
I got Juice, man. You back at us, man. What's the deal?
What's going on? What's going on?
But no, what we got next? Abdullah.
Yeah, you know.
Abdullah. Yeah, they changed his opponent. He got a different opponent. Um, 28-4, winning record. Let's see what it's looking like though. Let's check it out. Shit. Oh, okay, yeah. I know we looked it up the other day, but we live now, so let's just check it out. Okay, yeah, I remember we saw he fought Rafael Espinoza.
Okay, yeah, we did.
That's looking like the guy.
Yeah, looking like that's about it.
Yeah, that's the guy. I mean, again, I know we said the other day too. Obviously Espinoza a champ now. He a dog at the weight class now. So that turned out not to be as bad of a loss as he probably thought back then. But nonetheless, the record ain't really hitting on nothing besides Espinoza. I'm expecting Abdullah to go out there and do his thing. I'm not gonna lie. He gonna have to show me.
Yeah, I'm expecting a under 6 knockout. Uh, I don't even know if Abdullah ever went past like 8 rounds yet in his career, but I definitely got under 6 rounds, probably 4th round knockout. If he ain't get knocked down, it would have been like a 2nd round knockout. But he got knocked down, so he learned from his mistakes. So he take his time just a tad bit more now. But Abdullah gonna do his thing. Like I say he's the future. He's the most talented 135 pounder in the world to me. Uh, he on my show me list. I won't pick nobody to beat him. No matter who you is, you gonna have to show me. I just, I'm on the bandwagon early. I think he gonna be a Hall of Famer, and he probably gonna win titles in 3 or 4 weight classes.
I mean, I feel you, man. He is that talented, man. I got again. We at the point now where we just got to see more. We just got to see him against more talented guys. But now they starting to feed him to him now.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
now,
definitely want to see the last guy.
yeah, again, the last guy really showed us. You know what I mean? What he was made of. Dropped him twice. He made him have to come back and get the job done. So now again, we just got to see more of him against high level guys. Again, this guy right here, even though he a replacement, he don't look bad. He got a very high level name on the record. So,
Yeah,
and then the
I
last guy,
definitely.
what was you? The last guy he was about to fight, what was he? Who he had for? I know.
He fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz and William Zepeda.
Okay, okay.
He lost to both, but remember he lost by split decision to Pitbull.
Yep,
That was on the Spence and Crawford undercard when we was in
yep,
Vegas.
yep.
Uh, so I definitely wanted to see Abdullah versus him because I wanted to see, you fought a guy like Pitbull, and you went 12 with him. So I wanted to see if Abdullah would have been able to track you down and get you out of there, do something that Pitbull couldn't do. Mind you, Williams Zepeda, his was a little different. He got him out of there in like 4 or 5 rounds. He got like he did what he was supposed to do. So really, I wanted to see it because of the pit bull, not even the Zepeda fight. Because technically, like I said, Zepeda did his job. He got him out of there in 4 or 5 rounds. That's why I think he underrated because he, like I said, Pitbull had a hard time. Zepeda cooked him easy, and I think Abdullah was going to beat him up in about 4 or 5 rounds just as well. But I wanted to see it though because he still boxed good against Pitbull.
Yeah, he be talking shit too.
So
He be talking crazy. He was like, I was gonna beat the shit out of Dooley Mason. He, I'm like, he funny as hell, dog. I'm like, I love the confidence because I feel like he was about to really go in there and really try. So that's what I
yeah,
wanted to
he was
see
going.
too.
That's what I
You
wanted to see. I
know what I
wanted to
mean?
see how Abdullah deal with a guy who could really box. Because like I said, this is a guy who Pitbull couldn't track down. So,
And
and we
that's
all
what
know
people want
Pitbull.
to do is track you down and kill you.
Yeah, so we all know Pitbull can cut the ring off. Obviously, we seen what happened with Rayo, but we know he could cut the ring off, and he a champion. So we wanted to see the fight, but hopefully they can make it next. Hopefully
Yeah,
they give him time to heal, and he should be cool. And by the time I do the fight again after Saturday, hopefully he ready.
yeah. Now I don't think he ducking. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think he's scared at all. He one of them niggas. He's super confident.
Yeah,
And it's, I don't think. I think he really injured. I don't think he ducking. I think he wanted that. He was really about to try his luck out there.
no, yeah, definitely.
So I did again. That's another reason why I wanted to see that fight too. Again, he got good names on his record, and he not scared, and that really makes a difference sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Man, then we got your man Richard Torres, man, Guido Vianello, Richard Torres, man,
They got
Olympian,
it.
man.
They got it wrong though. They the main event. Delgado and them the co-main event.
Yeah. I think they just flip flopped it.
But the Richard Torres and the Guido, it's a good fight. Guido is about
That's
as good as a 13-2-1 heavyweight fighter that you're gonna find out here. Uh,
NABA or something.
he been in with
All
some
right.
stiff competition. Like I said, his last two opponents, he was the underdog in both of them. He went 1-1, and he fought pretty decent in the one he lost. It just things just got away in the middle to late rounds for me. Uh, he could really box. I think Richard Torres had problems. The first 3 rounds, I could see Guido probably starting to fight off 3-0 because you do got to figure him out. He is a big guy who really could box, move his feet. Richard Torres, but Richard Torres had to figure him out. But I do think the pace and the output of Richard Torres and the fast feet, Richard Torres really get to you. He remind me of Sean Porter in that way. He got a nice jab to really try to close the distance. And he got heavy output, and he got, like I said, a heavy pace. So I expect Guido to come out here blazing first 3 rounds, and for Richard to pick it up from there and probably win a 7-3 or a 6-4.
No, I do expect Richard to get that dub. Again, I do like Guido, man. He really again against Jagba and what's the whatever the Russian dude name is, the red hair dude.
Yeah,
I thought the red hair dude was gonna put up a way better fight than that. Then man, the Russian dude and Guido went out there and cooked him. So that definitely gave me a little bit more confidence in him and his just performance with a jog, but too, like you said, you know what I mean. He was doing well that first half of the fight, man. He was, a jogger really didn't know what to do, but he gassed himself out though. And a
yeah.
jog, obviously a jog, but we know a jog,
And
but
he
too,
hurt him. He
too,
hurt
you
him.
know what I'm
Hurt him a
saying?
couple times. He
Yeah,
gassed. He went for it. That's another reason he was gassed out. When he hurt him, he went for it. But Ajaba weathered the storm, and like I say, he went for it. But he just couldn't get him out of there.
yeah, jog, but again, he a tough dude too in his own right. So, uh, I'm picking Torres. I just off the track record, Olympian. I like his style honestly for the size the size of a heavyweight he is. That's what he has to do, based on his size, and he do it well. So I am picking Torres to be able to cut the ring off and be able to get to Guido. But again, Guido showed me he got some power. He not again the Russian guy, big. He way bigger than Richard Torres, and he put his ass down a couple times and hurt him a couple times. So
Yeah, he
I know,
shut his whole eye.
yeah, man, his eye was shut, man, but he couldn't see. So I mean, that showed me, he can punch. So it's a dangerous fight for Richard Torres. It's one of them fights where they probably trying to see what Richard Torres is talking about. Like, are you the guy or are you not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they basically pushing. They moving on to the next man. Man, they moving on from Jared to Richard Torres. Because in a perfect world, if you still believed in Jared, this would have been a perfect fight for Jared Anderson to get him back on track. But it seemed like Jared Anderson, he was so unmotivated in his last fight, and it's like it seemed like time like moving on. Like I said, I do think Guido is tough enough to not get stopped, but who knows, the pressure and the pace and the output can get him stopped in the late rounds. I do think the Russian guy he fought and the Java is better punchers than Richard Torres and harder punchers than Richard Torres, but I don't have the pace and they don't have the output that a Richard Torres got. So Richard Torres could probably burn him out a little bit more than they was able to burn him out and possibly stop him just because I say he might be a little more fatigued than even when he fought them two guys. You know, I think they harder punchers than Richard Torres. They still don't got the pace that Richard Torres gonna bring to the table.
No, that's facts though. Again, I'm picking Richard in just based off pure talent. I think Richard got it by far. Uh, but again, Guido is a tough motherfucker, man. He could. This is definitely Richard's toughest fight. Obviously, that's just that's obvious. He getting a headline, all that shit is obvious, right? But
And
again,
it's a big step up too. That's another thing.
yeah, man.
It's a big step up. So that's another thing that I want to see. Because usually I expect Richard Torres to win, but usually, like I said, it's a you don't skip levels in this boxing thing. I feel like they skipped the level. I feel like it was probably one more level before Guido that you could have probably got him in there with to see if he passed that test. But I feel like they was like, no, we're just gonna skip that level.
They probably feel like though Guido. They probably feel like they probably damn near at the same level. You know what I mean? As far as in their career, Guido obviously got tougher opponents. He had he had the two tougher opponents. Uh, but in terms of like who they trying to push for real, because Guido signed the top rank too, right? So they probably
Yeah.
like we got to Guido doing his thing. He just got two upsets probably. Those probably two straight upsets. So who we about to push?
He went 1-1. He just fought real good in the other
Oh
one.
yeah, fuck yeah, fuck. He lost to a jock, but
Yeah.
you know
But
what I
he
mean.
fought good shit though, so
Yeah, right, right.
then, like I said, he beat boy the fuck up. Not only did he upset him, he smashed him. He won every second of the fight.
Oh yeah, he cooked
At
though.
no point did boy look good, and like we don't want every second of that fight. At no point did boy like have any moments for real.
No, he cooked, bro. Bro couldn't see out his left eye. He was dropping him. That's did he fight Caballero too? That Russian?
Yeah, that was his first. That's first. That was his first loss. He was the favorite in that fight too. That was Kai Bell upset first upset. I mean, that was his first time getting upset over somebody. That's the fight that put him on the mat. He upsetted him first, and then he upsetted Frank
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the fight that put him on the mat.
No, Caballero's bad motherfucker.
He
I'm waiting
still
on
was
his
the
time
favorite
too,
though.
man.
That's the crazy part. He still, even though Caballero upsetted him, he still went into the Guido fight as the favorite though. So they still didn't think Guido was going to be able to do what Kai Bell did.
No, that's a bad motherfucker there. That's who I man. It's hey, he gonna be a bad motherfucker at heavyweight, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie too. If you Richard Torres, you kind of hope some of them guys pan out, cause like a Kaya Bell. Because I ain't gonna lie, like you got some big giants in there, so you kind of hope Kaya Bell pan out, so I can fight niggas my size when it's time for me to get on that level.
Shit,
So
man. You
even
damn near
Usyk,
don't
you
want to
got
see that
Usyk
nigga,
there.
man. You damn near don't want to see Caballero.
So that shit, like I wouldn't even, cause you don't want to fight niggas that's gonna be Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Height. I
That's
mean, you
true.
would. I mean, he gonna have to maybe
He
one
don't have
day,
no choice though with fighting the heavyweight unless he about to go to cruiserweight.
but I definitely at the 6'2" heavyweight. I definitely rather fight motherfuckers 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". Like
Hell yeah. Everybody that shit at this in
so.
today's world, everybody's 6'4" and up down there, especially at the top level, the highest level. Unless you Usyk, everybody's 6'5" and up.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it's gonna be a good fight though. I think both gonna do anything. Uh, I do think he can. I can see Richard blasting him because, like I said, he could just be too much right away. Because, like I said, it's a heavy pace he gonna bring. heavy pace. So he could be too much right away, right out the gate. Right out the gate, he could be too much, and then steamrolling.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna give Greedo a little bit more respect, and just assume that he gonna at least be able to do his thing a little bit while he fresh and stamina on 100 and things of that nature. So
yeah, man. Then we got I know we talked about Delgado a little earlier on. The next we got a couple other cards this weekend, man. It's a decent little fight weekend, man. I was searching up Janabek, but he really the only fight on the card, to be honest. So I really don't got to search that up. I'm gonna search up the Tim Zoo card. I don't really know who on there though.
yeah, I'm about to say that might be the only fight on that card too for
Yeah, I
us.
about to say, and I think them might be the three cards this weekend: the top rank, Janabek, Tim Zoo.
Or,
But no, I like the Tim Zoo fight though. I mean, I'm a little biased this time around. I know the risk, but I am picking the Michigan guy.
how many knockouts Joey Spencer got out of 19 wins?
That's what I'm about to go to right now. Yeah, I am picking the Michigan guy, man. Yeah, man, I know the risk. I know he not the favorite. I know he the underdog, but I'm biased. Fuck it.
Tim Zoo got a crazy resume. That should say
Wow,
Mendoza, Fundora, Blackram. He got Spencer. He got Gachet on that joint.
Ocampo wasn't bad.
He got about to say that he got Tony Harrison on that joint. He got a nice little
Gachet,
resume. Cause yeah, he got 54 resume. He around with it.
Jeff Horn.
His last. Well, right, I forgot about that one. Jeff Horn. His last 5 6 fights been like B plus to A level fighters for the most part.
No, motherfucking not Fundora, but no, yeah, Tim Zoo resume stacked too, man. He just had some bad luck the last couple fights, man. Obviously, that cut fucked him over, and that Fundora shit, but he should have took the no contest. And Bach Brown just got him up out of there, man. Bach
Hopefully,
Brown,
something
man,
good
I
come
gotta
up.
see some more from Bach Brown now, though, man. I know he, apparently he the boogeyman at 54 right now, but I still want to see a little bit more, though.
Shit, you gotta get a fight. Them niggas not trying to rumble.
Oh yeah, but anybody anybody trying to fight him now?
Ain't
Hey,
nobody
they like,
trying.
hold on. But I mean, he got that belt though, man. Somebody gonna step up for that belt.
Yeah. Hey, my man Erickson Lubin, he got you.
No, that's what it is. Yeah, he said after this fight, that's what he want. He called him out actually.
Yeah, he got you. Or the winner, cause you know the winner, cause you
Oh
know
no,
another
you
Michigan,
know who I'm picking, man. I'm picking.
another
I'm picking home.
another Michigan guy.
Yeah, man.
So you know the winner of that fight, you gonna have to. I guess they the only people who could. They the only people who can't turn down the multi-title fight. If you Virgil, if you somebody that's on a higher level and probably making a little bit more money, then you can afford to probably turn him down because you like. I mean, even without fighting him, I'm still gonna make me about go 5 600 K.
Yeah, no, real
Where
shit.
as Lubin and what's the name, like I said, your price range is like 80 to 150 without fighting a champion. Where Virgil, he's still going. What y'all gonna get to fight the champion? Virgil will get that no matter who he fight. So it's like, so that's the only people I can see fighting him. The people who can't afford to turn down a title shot. But anybody who can afford to turn down one, because like I said, you're already on that level, you're already getting that bag. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to get a Fundora or a Vert. Oscar probably put a tweet out that like, yeah, nigga, I said no. Fuck y'all talking about? He just fought Boachuk and Madridov. I'm not about to go straight into a Boachuk Madridov dinner. what's the name fight. So Virgil already said no. So that's a guy who can afford to say no because he already making that big money. He probably making more than fucking what's the name is, and he not a champion. So
Hold on 1 second, bro. Keep it going. Keep it going.
yeah, so that's like I said, that's a good rumble though. Joey Spencer, we're gonna see if he can pull it off.
1 second.
We're gonna see if my man Joey could do it. Good fight, underrated fight. Like I said, Joey just gotta let his hands go. It's not like when he let his hands go, you don't see no power or speed on him, because you definitely do. Like I said, it just don't come out enough. And the condition factor, I don't think he the most conditioned guy, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And for Tim Zoo, for the most part, if you Tim Zoo, honestly, I think as long as he not punch drunk, he probably gonna come out and be victorious. But who knows? Like I said, Joey Spencer he done had a couple fights since the Ramos loss. Said he learned from his mistakes. So we're finna see. We're finna find out. And who knows? He might be sharp enough to do it. Because Tim Zulu got the highest output. It's higher output than Joey Spencer's is, but it's not the highest output. But I do expect Tim Zulu to be victorious, though. We're gonna see what's up, though, y'all. We're gonna see what's up. called the day on the track.
My bad, bro.
You good, bro?
Dogs had to use the bathroom. You nigga kept he was just staring me in my motherfucking eyes, nigga. Like nigga, you gonna I'm trying not to look at him, you feel me? I'm trying not to look at him. Nigga, I'm turning over, nigga just dead just staring me in my shit. Like, bro, you gonna take me to use the bathroom or not, bro?
Like I'm about to use this shit right here. You better take it.
I'm like, no, real shit. So I'm like, all right, bro, hold on. I got you, my nigga.
But no, the Tim, like I said, the Tim Zoo, Joey Spencer, John, underrated fight. Definitely gonna be a good one. Uh, I
Yeah, man, I
expect.
like that fight.
I think that fight gonna be. I think it got a chance to be the most exciting fight of the weekend. Honestly,
Do you
definitely do.
in terms of what Joey was talking about on the sit down and trying to bring the pressure, thinking that's gonna fuck Tim up, you think that's gonna work, or do you think that's gonna be up to his advantage?
Uh, trying to think. I think it could work a certain way. If he let his hands go, it could work. Uh, like I said, I like Spencer. I think he definitely got talent. I think when he throws punches, you definitely see the speed and power on him. I just don't think his hands come out enough. Uh, from what I seen, definitely probably a better back foot fighter. But like I always say, like we're talking about Raymond Ford and Canelo and all them. Sometimes it's better to show all your skills, all the things you could do on your back foot, you could do on your front foot. So this might be Joey Spencer way of, instead of all that talents and tools that he could do on the back foot, start pressing guys with it a little bit more and letting your hands go. So I definitely think that it'll benefit him if he let his hands go. Because like I said, I definitely think it's some snap on the punches when he do let his hands go. It is eye catching.
Yeah, man, he got 11 knockouts out that 19 too. I know you had asked that.
Yeah, and Tim Zoo not the most. He more active than Joseph Spencer, but he not the most accurate person himself. I mean, not the most active person himself, but he more active than Spencer is.
Yeah, it depends on who. I feel like when Joey be fighting, he gonna fight. Yeah, he gonna fight the win now. Like he ain't gonna go out like no. You know what I mean? He gonna scrap with you. But I feel like it's one of them things too. Like it depends on who he fighting. Like when he got a guy he know he gonna cook, like he gonna let his hands go. You feel me? But a guy like Joe, not Joe, Jesus Ramos, where you know what I mean, he had to let his hands go because he had no motherfucking choice. But he was a little bit more selective than when he fighting a guy he know he gonna cook.
Yeah. But that's his only problem.
Like, you feel me?
That's his only problem for me. As I say, he just don't want his hands going up because for the most part, when people lose at the top, and then we be like, yo, they lost because of this or because of that. The problem ain't start really there. We just seen it there because that was the most biggest fight that he had, and he did it with other people. It just wasn't good enough. Like Caleb gassed out against everybody. If you watch his career, he gassed out against everybody. He just didn't care until he gassed out against Canelo, David Benavidez. Then you start talking about it. Just the other guys just wasn't good enough. By the time he gassed out, he already was up 8-0 on them, so it didn't matter. So Joey Spencer in that run where he just gotta let his hands go. From what I've seen him, I've seen a lot of Joey Spencer. Like say he a good back foot fighter. He try to be active. I mean, he try to be accurate. But he not the most. Even when he fighting bums, he don't really let his hands go to me. So it's like he just gotta let them hands go. He gotta throw 50 punches around. That 35, 40 punches around. That shit good for certain people. You gotta be a technical master, and you can't be getting hit as much if you're gonna be on that. But for the most part, like you're gonna have to let your hands go a little bit.
So how would you describe like Joey style? Because I see him more as I see him as a pressure kind of guy, boxer
Nah,
puncher.
I see him as a guy who want to be a boxer puncher, honestly. But I see him as a boxer puncher, but become more of a boxer because he a boxer puncher because he hit hard. He got respectable power. So I can't just call him a pure boxer like a Shakur Stevenson, but he just feel like to me feel like everything gotta be calculated. He fight with the shoulder rolls sometimes.
Yeah.
He never was the best defender to fight like that. Like I said, he a good counter punch. He accurate. Most people don't let their hands go enough. He's accurate, but that's why he don't got more knockouts than he do have. Is because he don't let his hands go and he look for one big shot. He got power. Like I said, he got the talent. His punches might even be more mechanically better than Tim Tszyu. But Tim Tszyu he gonna throw more. He gonna want it more. It's things like that. But Joey nice though. But I feel like he a boxer though. I definitely feel like
I do be seeing he throw that shoulder roll in that motherfucker.
and he try to throw everything hard and sharp.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think it's just he. I don't think he gonna switch up nothing too much. Again, I think he may try to apply some pressure and be more aggressive because of what he said to Tim Tszyu and because of the background fight. Um, so I mean, that's kind of what I'm banking on. Like I think that's gonna make for a more exciting fight, and it's gonna be as far as Tim Tszyu goes, he gonna have to show his what he got as well. Still, you feel me? Can't
Yeah,
lose this one.
gonna have to
Yeah,
show his ass not punch drunk.
yeah, can't lose this one, Tim.
Yeah, cause you got a big ass cut on your forehead. Then you fought Fondora like that. Then you had to get surgery. Then you got brutally beat up like that. So it's like that's a lot. You had surgery, fought Fondora, then had surgery, and then fought Bakram. So that might be just enough for Joey to have the edge.
Like I said, man, I'm picking Joey off the bias, but we gonna see, man. I'm fully I'm fully aware that he could go out there and get cooked by Tim ass. But
It's a good fight though.
yeah,
Tim,
good for
I will say this about Tim Tszyu. He keep coming back against a lot of opponents. Like he keep
no
coming
fact.
back.
That's fact.
He not coming back getting no give me easy tune up. Let me get a win under my feet real quick. Every time he come back, he finds somebody who got the ability to beat him. So shout out to Tim for taking a Joey Spencer fight coming off two losses. Because some teams would have been like, we could wait. Let's get a win first, and then we could go into a Joey Spencer. Because you do coming off two losses in a row. Even if you think you could beat a Joey Spencer, most teams gonna be like, let's get a win first, and then we're gonna contact Joey Spencer, and then make the fight happen. So shout out to Tim for even fighting a guy like him coming off two losses in a row, two brutal losses. First one wasn't brutal like he got knocked out, but it was just brutal in terms of the damage he took in it because of that cut. The second one was brutal because he got brutally knocked out.
No, my boy Bakram made a name for himself that day.
So fighting Joey Spencer off two bloodbath, two brutal type of losses, you know, he definitely tough. He definitely,
He was that motherfucker. We gonna see though. This again, this a good fight. I'm sure he gonna try to get another big name after if he get this win. So I mean, you think he
yeah.
going for a background rematch?
No, hell no. We could go for it. Like I ain't gonna say we can't go
Oh,
for it,
yeah.
but we gotta fight. We gotta get Fandora first, and then fight Bakram.
I feel that make it a unification or something.
Yeah, and then fight Bakram. And cause to be honest with you, I can see him. Like, I don't even say I see him winning because he got brutally knocked out, but I can see him fighting better. And like what you just said, I gotta see more of Bakram. Like to be honest with you, like I said, sometimes when the fighter lose, I still could feel like he better than the fighter. He just lost. But I don't mind you. I'm not saying that to say I feel that way about Tim Tszyu and Bakram. I'm saying that to say I didn't see enough of Bakram to like be like he definitely better.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. I'm like, I gotta see another fight, man.
Like I still feel like somebody could make the argument like no, Tim Tszyu just lost to a fighter that he wasn't better than. I mean, the fighter that he was better than. And because in boxing, that happens. You beat fighters that's better than you. That's what make fighters great. So it's like I ain't see enough. Somebody might could still feel like Tim Tszyu the better fighter. You just more talented fighter. You just beat him because, like I said, the most talented fighter ain't gonna win every matchup. If it was, it'd be easy to pick fights. So, but like I said, I gotta see him again, so I could be like, oh, all right, Tim, you was never gonna beat him. He too much. He better than you at this. He better than you at that. He better than you at this. Like I said, head to head, somebody could already feel like, bro, you whooped his ass. He already better than him at all that. But I still want to see more to be like, yeah. Like I said, he was always outmatched against his talent. Not only is he tough, but he probably was more. He probably had more tools than you. We just didn't know. But I gotta see more to say that.
No, in fact, that's, and again, yeah, that's what I said too, man. I'm like, man, I mean, I think he got talent in that background. I think he a bad motherfucker, but I still just want to see another good, decent opponent against him to make him really work in there. It could have just been a
Yeah.
fucked up night for Tim. Yeah, for Tim. Again, coming off the Fundora situation, all that shit. So, I mean,
What make background scary to me is I always say like when people knock people out, I ain't gonna lie. I assume you can fight off your front foot automatically. That's just how I feel. If you got a high percent, if you like David or Tink or something, whole time they can all be back. They can all be back for fighters and never come forward in a whole nother world. But if you fight and punch on people like them, I'm just assume that you can fight off your front foot. Like why would I assume that you can't fight going forward when you hit that hard and you be brutalizing people? What made Bachram scary is he was knocking that man out walking backwards. He was playing, mind you, like Joey said. You mean it got dark in there for Tim, but Tim ain't get dark. Like he ain't get up and start backing up. He get up and walk to him every time. It was a time he got dropped while Bachram was on the ropes. I said, "Damn, you got dropped while this like, bro." So I'm like, "Yo, that's what made him dangerous." I'm gonna assume a person that's punching like that could fight off his front foot. He showed his first time on the scene against a high level that he could fight off his back foot. So, like I said, you got a guy who might could fight on his front foot going at you, and you might got a guy that you know how some coaches be like, you got bully the bully and take the pressure to the bigger puncher guy. He might be like, that's cool. I got some tools over here too. If you do want, you mean start pushing me back. I got some shit in my bag too for that. So
yeah,
he might be dangerous, more
nah, I
dangerous
believe
than
you.
we already think he is. Is what
Yeah,
I'm.
I'm gonna say. I was say. I believe you dangerous. It's just.
Yeah, that's why I had to double back more dangerous. Like I said, we know he punching, but if that man could fight, if that man that nice off his back foot and his front foot, and he gonna have a game plan for you. Whether he going backwards or forward, he gonna be hard to beat. Because most punchers, they don't fight as good when you start getting a puncher to go backwards, they don't fight as good. So if you got a puncher that fight as good, even when you pushing him back, they become even more scary.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, we gonna see, man. I don't think nobody on this card, to be honest with you, man. Uh, yeah, this card ain't really about to hit the event now, but I don't think this card hit no nothing. And it's in Australia, so you know they probably putting all Australian fighters on there.
Yeah, well, you mean that was the fight? You mean prediction episode, man? We be
We back
back
at
with y'all Tuesday.
it. We back at it Tuesday. Fuck around and
Uh, that's
uh,
probably gonna be a post fight.
we had a post.
We're gonna talk about what happened on Top Rank. We're gonna talk about what happened in Tim Zoo Joey card. We're gonna talk about the Johnny Beck card. Johnny Beck fight. So
I say, yeah, just his fight. I definitely don't know nobody on that boy.
we're gonna see what's up. At least we got a lot of fights to talk about, though. But we get big, like I said, Tuesday we got a lot of fights to talk about because we know everybody on the Top Rank card, so that's already like 5, 6 fights to talk about. Then, like I said, then you got Tim Zoo and you got Johnny Beck. So tune in Tuesday so we can talk
Back
about these
at it.
post fight reactions.
Back at it. Back at it. My guy Juice, appreciate you for hopping in with us again, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
At
sir.
this point, man, we're gonna have to get you on the show. At this point,
It's crazy, bro. You just read my mind. I was about to say, if you want, you could be on the show.
at this point, just
Like,
come in and talk some shit with us, dog. Uh, Yeah, man. Just hit us up on Instagram if you got an
Okay.
Instagram.
We send you the link. You send you the link, and you can lock in with us.